Hello, my name is Julia Boshin, student number 23050509, and today we will be speaking about how using HR dashboards and analytics is essential for decision making in organisational settings. So, this presentation explores how HR dashboards and HR analytics contribute to enhanced decision making across variational organisational contexts. Each teammate will cover various aspects within the organisation, such as recruitment and selection, learning and development, and performance management. We will examine benefits, outcomes, analytics, and background company information. We have chosen to talk about one of the largest, most successful online retailers, which is Amazon. So, in front of myself here, I have a recruitment and selection dashboard that includes metrics such as time to hire, time to fill days, recruitment costs, which are all essential data which helps the company put its data into perspective. So, today I'm going to be talking about recruitment and selection, why HR plays a crucial role in this process, and how Amazon applies these practices within its own organisation. So, to begin with, recruitment and selection are closely linked but not entirely identical. Recruitment is all about identifying, attracting, and encouraging potential candidates to apply for those roles when the organisation has vacancies. Selection, on the other hand, refers to assessing those candidates and choosing the most suitable person for the role. According to Kaylee, recruitment and selection form a strategic process that helps the organisations build the right workforce for its employees. In today's fast-paced, data-driven business environment, these processes have become more complex than ever. Organisations are constantly evolving, and because of this, HR and data-driven approaches are now essential to making smart, evidence-based hiring decisions. So, why is HR essential in recruitment and selection? So, HR improves the accuracy of hiring decisions by implementing structured assessment methods. Secondly, it reduces bias and supports fairness when picking candidates, ensuring decisions are consistent and equitable. Thirdly, HR plays a key role in the workplace. Planning and talent forecasting comes into play, helping the organisation anticipate future skills and staffing needs. HR also contributes to strengthening the employer brand, making the organisation more attractive to potential candidates. So, in addition to this, HR relies heavily on data and metrics. Common measurements include time to hire, cost to hire, and quality of hire, as I have stated above here. Tracking these allows organisations to continually improve and refine their recruitment strategies. So, to put this into context, let's talk about Amazon's company. They employ over 1,556,000 people worldwide. Amazon's recruitment processes are unique to its scale, pace, and culture. For example, when hiring fresh graduates, for example, for software development engineer roles or many different roles that Amazon typically offers, the assessment process and the interview process consists of usually 5 to 6 rounds of assessment, which can include an initial online coding test, a virtual phone technical screen, a behavioural interview, multiple on-site technical interviews, and a final bar raiser, as they call it, interview focuses on leadership and Amazon's principles. And in some cases, depending on what role the candidate applies for, there can be a managerial or team fit interview. This thorough approach ensures candidates are evaluated on both technical capability and alignment with Amazon's well-known leadership principles. So, another interesting aspect is Amazon's investment, as I've stated here, in recruitment marketing. Between January 2020 and November 2021, around 5% of its $1.46 billion budget in digital marketing went towards recruitment ads, significantly boosting the number of their applicants engaging in the pipeline. Amazon is also known for its fairly essentially quickly hiring pace. The typical time to hire in Amazon is around 2 to 3 weeks. A key factor here is the company's 2 to 5 rule, which I have stated here, which basically means candidate receives their results within 2 business days after a phone screen. And within 5 business days, they receive their on-site review results. This keeps processes efficient and candidate-friendly. As I have stated here, as of 2025, Amazon's current vacancies include many different roles such as principal delivery consultant positions with the AWS industries, speed program analysts, a strategic account manager for grocery partnerships. This just reflects Amazon's wide variety of career paths and industries that they really have. Recruitment programs at Amazon also reflect a shift seen across many organizations today. While traditional interviewing methods still exist, um, digital tools have become more commonplace, and particularly in areas such as virtual interviews, automated screenings, and online assessments, and even digital onboarding, which we're going to speak about later. This increases efficiency and provides a more seamless candidate experience. So, we've got some solutions and recommendations based off my personal understanding of Amazon's recruitment and selection. So, we've got streamlining the application process. Some employees may complain that the process is actually too long, and by simplifying online applications and reducing unnecessary fields, this would make the application process easier for its candidates. For example, if the job role doesn't require a specific assessment such as technical coding or managerial reviews, this should be cut down. Also, reducing the time to hire, Amazon could adopt a structured interview panel with elevated rubrics to make it more efficient for candidates to apply for their jobs. So, when it comes to what Amazon looks for, key factors include such as relevant experience, strong keyword alignment in CVs and applications, education and any personal projects the candidate may have contributed in, and flexibility and availability to meet the demand for the actual role itself. Amazon's selection and recruitment process aligns clearly with the employee lifecycle, like I've input here, focusing heavily on the recruitment and onboarding stages, which ensures new hires fit both the role and the culture of the company. Overall, I would say Amazon's approach can be described as structured, data driven, culture focused, quality controlled, and very role specific. In conclusion, I believe that effective recruitment and selection, particularly when supported by HR and strong data analytics, are essential for building a capable and engaged workforce. Amazon provides a very strong example of this and how large organizations can implement structured, fair, and fast hiring practices while staying aligned with the company values and long term goals. Thank you for listening. I will now be passing on to my other teammate that will explain the other topic.
Hello, my name is Amalia, and today I'll be presenting my work on learning and development. I'll be walking you through the training dashboard and then explaining how organizations using Amazon as an example use learning and development data to support employee growth and overall organizational performance. So, starting off with the learning and development dashboard. So, starting with the financials, the actual training costs are 95,238. The budgeted training costs are 96,448. The cost per participant is 416, and the cost per training hour is 62. Moving on to the operational data, the training courses completed are 97, training hours delivered are 1,874, and the participants are 395. Moving on to trends, the monthly participants and training hours are fairly consistent. The training hours versus target, such as sales, finance, HR, and others. So this is like the department performance. Then we've got the training types. So internal is 308 participants, external is 87 participants, and so on. So this is the learning and development dashboard. Now, moving on to learning and development and why this data matters in HR. So, learning and development helps employees gain new skills and grow in their jobs by making sure they have the skills required to meet operational demand. So, for a company like Amazon, which moves fast and uses advanced technology, keeping employees skilled is essential for fast delivery as well as customer satisfaction. So, HR uses data to identify skills and shortages, plan future training based on what the organization needs, improve employee performance, and support career development as well as retention. Moving on to the human capital theory. So, why this theory matters and how it links to learning and development. So, the human capital theory explains that employees gain value when a company invests in their skills. So, learning and development data helps HR see who needs training, what skills are lacking, whether training is improving, and as well as improving performance. So, for Amazon, this allows HR to check if learning programs are boosting productivity and job performance. Here we have some facts about Amazon. So, 700,000 Amazon employees have upskilled globally, so including 350,000 in the USA. Then Amazon's approach to personal development is defined by its commitment to continuous learning and internal career mobility, offering employees opportunities and programs like career choice and apprenticeships. And now moving on to the last slide about this topic. So, benefits to Amazon from using learning and development data. So, using learning and development data gives Amazon several advantages. One of them being better efficiency. So, training data shows where employees need improvements, helping fulfillment centers work faster, make fewer mistakes, and so on. Then we've got finding talented employees. So, tracking employee training helps Amazon spot future leaders and skilled workers, lowering the needs for outside hiring. We've also got higher engagement and retention and better customer experience. Now, moving on to the research backed recommendations for Amazon. So, relating to learning and development. So, one of them being well-being and resilience training. So, this would obviously offer programs focused on stress management, mental health, and work-life balance, which would improve employee engagement. Another one being leadership development, so structured programs and mentoring build, which obviously builds a strong leadership talent. Next, we've got personalized learning, so training customized to employee roles through coaching, job shadowing, or blended learning programs would increase engagement, knowledge retention, and prepare staff actually for promotions at Amazon. And then finally, we've got predictive analysis. So this would be forecasting skill gaps, which would ensure employees have future-ready skills at Amazon. So these are some recommendations towards that. And over here, we've got the impact of a learning and development strategy. So first, we've got the long-term results, which attracts basically attracting top talent, increasing engagement, and improving retention, as well as getting ahead of industry changes. Then we've also got the short-term result, which is closing skill gaps and improving productivity. So this is the impact of a learning and development strategy. So yes, this is what I have written in this learning and development research-backed recommendations. So yeah, thank you very much for listening to my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed.
Hi, I'm Julia, student number 240-37472, and I'll be talking about performance management. So as we can see here, this is an example of a performance management focused HR dashboard. This dashboard includes metrics such as absenteeism, which is decreasing in this case. It also includes the average overtime hours, overall labour effectiveness, and training costs, which are all important factors when understanding performance trends. So, what is performance management? As noted by the CIPD, performance management describes the attempt to maximize the value that employees create. It aims to maintain and improve employees' performance in line with an organization's objectives. It's not a single activity, but rather a group of practices that should be approached holistically. It is important for HR departments because it gives organizations a clear and systematic way to track how well employees are performing, identify strengths and weaknesses, and make informed decisions about things like training, rewards, and workforce planning. What insights does performance management data give HR? HR uses performance management data like turnover rates,
absence levels, productivity, and goal completion to spot patterns in employee behaviour and overall performance. This helps HR recognise high performers for rewards and promotion and also identify underperformance early, so the right support or interventions can be put in place. Overall, this data allows HR to make fair, evidence-based decisions that strengthen workforce quality. The goal setting theory helps explain why performance management is effective. The theory argues that employees perform better when they are given clear, specific, and challenging goals, along with regular feedback. This aligns with how performance management systems operate, as they rely on measurable objectives and ongoing feedback to drive improved employee performance. This also links to Amazon's PIP system, where employees who underperform get set specific and measurable goals they must achieve by a set time in order to get them back on track and boost their performance. Carrying on, how does Amazon do performance management? Amazon is known for having a very structured and data-driven performance system. They use the Anytime Feedback tool, which allows employees to give anonymous peer feedback. They also use stack ranking, meaning employees are compared against each other to identify top and low performers. Underperformers are placed on a strict 3-month PIP, and around 10% of Amazon employees enter a PIP every year. The graph here shows the increasing number of employees entering a PIP between 2022 and 2023, which supports that Amazon has a strict performance system. However, this system also has negative consequences. Amazon has a turnover rate of 150% per year, and 70% of new hires leave within the first 90 days, often due to physical strain and limited skill development. Amazon also incurs high overtime costs because employees are paid premium rates after 40 hours per week. What are the benefits of using performance management data? Using performance management data gives Amazon several benefits. Thulis notes that performance data improves engagement, sets clear expectations, identifies training needs, and highlights risks early. For Amazon specifically, however, this data enables fair decisions around rewards and promotions, helps them intervene quickly when performance issues appear, and improves operational efficiency. It also reduces costs and supports Amazon's fast and reliable service by ensuring employees are performing at the required standard. Moving on, the recommendations I have for Amazon are as following. My first recommendation is that Amazon should integrate well-being metrics into their dashboard. The CIPD states that employee well-being is strongly linked to performance. Using the job demands resources model, high job demands such as long hours and physical strain can lead to burnout, unless balanced by support. Tracking well-being indicators like overtime, physical strain, or burnout risk could help Amazon reduce turnover and create a more sustainable work environment. My second recommendation is that Amazon should reduce its reliance on stack ranking. According to All Voices, stack ranking can undermine collaboration because employees begin to see each other as competitors rather than team members. This harms teamwork, reduces knowledge sharing, and creates unnecessary pressure. Instead, Amazon could introduce more team-based performance evaluations or collaborative goals, which would encourage cooperation rather than competition. Overall, examining Amazon shows how powerful performance management data can be when used effectively. It allows organizations to understand workforce behavior, make informed decisions, and maintain high operational standards. But it also highlights the need for balance, combining strong performance expectations with employee well-being, development, and fair evaluation. By improving the way performance data is used, Amazon can strengthen its people practices and ultimately build a more sustainable, motivated, and high-performing workforce. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation.